Hey everybody, how's it going? Can you guys hear me okay? This is Zack Griset with Buildbox. Really excited to do this live stream with you today. We're going to go ahead and finish up what we started last week or the week before, the Neon City racing game. It's a path game using the Neon City Asset Pack, which you can get through the Buildbox referral program. It's super easy. You just refer a friend, and we'll send you a unique referral link to your email. It takes a little while for it to get sent to you, but once you get it, you just share that, and once your friend or whomever you send it to signs up, you will get the assets emailed to you automatically after that. Once they've signed up and downloaded Buildbox, so it's super easy. It's all done through email and that referral link. Really excited to be doing this live session with you guys today. It's going to be a little shorter today. We're going to do a little bit of a shorter session, and I was also getting some feedback from you guys, from some boxers, and I got some feedback saying that I was on the Q&A portion, that sometimes when I'm answering your questions, I need to not just talk. I need to actually show you what the solution is. So today I'm going to take a little bit more time on the Q&A and to actually take the time to go through and show you how to do these things. All right, this is cool. So who do we got here today? We got Freak Leaks, Andre K, DJ Layton, Code Meyer. Awesome. Thanks everybody for coming. Really excited. We got Chaitanya, and Eric, Billy, Victor. Awesome. Way to go, guys. Hey, what's up, Astrohound? Mr. Rocky. When Buildbox is going to change pricing plans, I need to know. We actually just changed pricing plans recently, Mr. Rocky. We just made some changes to the free plan, and we added the plus plan, or the back, the indie plan, and that middle tier. And then we also took we made a $10 discount on the monthly price for the pro version. So for all the pro users, they got a little bit of a little bit of savings there. So really excited about the new pricing options, and I can't wait to see what you guys all make with the software. All right, Wooden Pickle Games, what's up? Morning to you as well. What's up, Hugh, Sean, Cryfy or Criffy, Simo? Good to see you. Thank you. You're also the best. Thank you. Sproink, hey, what's up, everybody? That's awesome. Got a good group today. Okay, cool. So. Like I said, I'm going to keep this kind of short and sweet today. What's up, Axum? I'm going to keep this kind of short and sweet today. I want to actually try to take a little bit more time to do Q&A. So because before I was kind of rushing it, and I wasn't giving people quality answers. So I'm going to try a little harder on that. I'm always trying to improve. Okay. So let me kind of share my screen here. I'm also going to make myself a little smaller. There you go. Okay, little tiny Zach. I can also go. I can go big too. All right, let's go a little smaller so you can see the software. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Mr. Rocky, yeah, I have heard that I've heard some people that had some thoughts on the new pricing plans, and we're gonna do our best to work with the community through the change, and I totally understand. Math Awakening, Max, Sproink, Tiny Zach. Yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's jump into the actual template here that I'm working with. I'll go ahead and preview it real fast so you can see what we had left over from last time. And let's just take a quick look. So What we did last time is we had this starter scene, and we added a little bit of camera movement so that it kind of adds a little bit more like it's a little bit more dynamic and has like a little bit more to it. I think it looks better. So what we did is we slowly panned to the left, and we also took the camera and we are slowly rotating it this way as well. So as we're moving, we're looking further down the road. And then we added these. We added the label, the logo, the play button. We did some animations there with the opacity and the scale. We've got a really, really basic structure of the game set up so far. We didn't get a ton done last time, so we're gonna do some more today. But basically, yeah, you just touch the screen anywhere. It's a touch game where you can touch the screen anywhere and you change lanes. And just real quick, I'm going to exit out of the preview, and you can see that we've got this little point system set up as well. But real quick, the template that I used to sort of set up this gameplay style is the template Twisted Switch. Okay, it's kind of hard to see right now because it's a tiny thumbnail, but when you open up the software, just take your mouse, hover over the thumbnail, and it'll play a short GIF for you and show you what the game looks like. And that's what I started with. So if you guys want to get a similar gameplay style to start with, that's the way to do it. That's a good one. Okay, cool. So let's fix that label on the point. Let's start off with that. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the camera here. I'm going to take this points label and I'm going to move it to be a child of the camera. But once I do that, I believe that's going to change the positioning of the points label, so we're going to have to readjust that. Yeah, I think that's good. It looks like the visibility is really what changed there. I'll go ahead and save my game again. Let's go ahead and save real fast. I got a lot of objects in this game, so it's going to take a little bit longer to save than normal, just because I've got tons and tons and tons of stuff in here. Okay, and then I'm going to exit out of my world here. Let's go back to my mind map. I want to see if I'm still having that points label issue. Okay, let's take a look at what the preview looks like here. Okay, cool. I like the positioning. It's not bad. The rotation's off. So there is a way to fix that. So let's. I believe I've kind of figured it out now. I've got this down. I've done this a few times now. So basically, it has to do with the rotation of the camera, and then you have to rotate the actual object itself. So let's try that. So right now, the rotation of the camera says that it is rotating negative 30 degrees. Okay, so it is looking, imagine it's, straight down, like straight looking this way, it's looking downwards, all right, 30 degrees. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to take our points label object and we need to turn that one 30 degrees as well so that it looks like it's just showing up flat, okay? So we're going to go to down here to the points label. Right on. Where are you? Points label. Okay. Let's take our 3D model and let's see here. Let's take, I want to say we can take our 3D model, or maybe we can just do it actually in our scene. Let's see here. Okay. So, interesting. Okay, great. So what I did is I had already adjusted the angle on the rotation, and so I think what I needed to do was revert it back. So let's just take a quick look, everybody. Yep, there it is. That looks clean. That looks awesome. I might take the number down. I might take the number, the scale of the number down just a little bit. I don't know if you guys think it's too big, or if I should make the screwdriver and the wrench bigger. You know what? I'll just ask you guys. Okay. Do you guys think that I should make the numbers a little bit smaller? Should make the wrench and the screwdriver bigger, or do you guys think I should leave it as is? And I'm talking about the preview window. And I'm going to give you guys a second because there's a little bit of like a lag, a delay, because I'm streaming on so many channels at once. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, Spice Bean. What's up, Lee Adams, Prasanna, Eric, Rosher? Okay. Sproink. Looking good. Hey, what's up, Darius or Darius? What's up, Darius? Good to see you, man. For some reason, I always, like, my instinct is always Darius because that's, like, the Americanized version of it. But, yeah, that's Darius Guerrero, everybody, the creator of Appster. He's in the chat right now. He's awesome. Definitely should be checking out his games. Okay, number a bit smaller. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Hey, what's up, Al Cox? Okay, yeah, Emmanuel, Freak Leaks, Mohammed, Prasanna. Yeah, I agree. I think the number is a little bit too big. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make the number just a little bit smaller. Okay, cool, guys. Good idea. Okay, so let's go into the 3D world. Let's go into into our 3D world UI. I'm going to center my game again, or center my label a little bit more. And then I'm going to scale it down a little bit. Or actually, no, it was centered before. Yeah, it was good. Okay, cool. Center right there. And then I'm going to just hold shift down on my keyboard. And I hold shift down. And then that way when I scale it, it's going to keep the aspect ratio. And so the whole thing is going to shrink down in the same size instead of just like warping the label. So here we go. So let's do... Yes, I think that's way better. I agree, you guys. So we'll move it down a little bit, but it's just too big. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I think that's good. I think that's better. I might move the points label just a smidge over, to the right a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, cool, guys. I think that looks good. All right, let's exit out of there. Let's save again. It's not centered. X coordinate is not centered. Center is 568. You know what? It's interesting, Darius. So, wait, 568? That's not right. The center is 568 on the X coordinate? I don't think so. Let's see here. I think you're talking about the Y coordinate. Right, I think you're saying that. Yeah, 320. Yeah, exactly. But so okay, tell me if this is wrong here. So I'm gonna do 320. Right, that's the center. But then when I do, no worries. So when I do it at 320 though, and I do the iPhone 11 Max preview, tell me if I'm wrong. But is it just a little bit off center? Okay, because when I'm playing this, I notice it seems like it's. Let's test it right now. Okay, so got this preview centered. I got the label centered right at 320. And isn't it just a little bit off? Like, I feel like the road, or maybe my camera's off a little bit. Because I feel like the camera is centered, I believe. The camera, I have it completely centered. So, uncheck stick to edge, you stink. Yes, Darius, that's it. Okay. That's it. That was it. All right, thank you. That will solve the problem. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Well, that's weird. It does seem like it's a little bit more centered. Oh, okay. Why is it off? The road is not centered? I was thinking the same thing, Andre K. Alignment centered. It's alignment left. Okay, let's try that. Okay, and then also Andre K was saying that that the road might not be centered, but I think the road's pretty centered. I don't think I made any weird like rotation with the camera or nothing, So let's take a look one last time, guys. And this is part of the deal with Buildbox, and this is a part of the deal with video game development. It's a lot of just like fine tuning these little settings, and then you get it labeled perfect. There it is. Yes, it's a team effort. Awesome job, guys. I love it. Okay, yes, center alignment is what it is. But yeah, Okay, so I got Renato. Zach, what do you think about making the collected screwdriver go up to the score before being removed from the scene? What do you think about making the collected screwdriver go up to the score before being removed from the scene? So it looks almost like the it almost looks like the screwdriver or the little point is going to like become part, like be added to the score. Okay, I actually really like that idea. And so, okay, you guys know the color change node, right? I'll go ahead and exit out of the preview. Hey, thanks Darius, and thanks everybody for straightening that out. That fixed it. So center alignment is really what it was. So way to go, guys. And stick to edge, and it needed to be set at 320, and yes. Okay, and then, so what I wanted to show you guys, though, so check this out. This is coming out pretty soon, because I put in a request for it, and I think you're going to like it a lot. So I'm going to go to my main character's node map real fast. I'll show you. So you guys know the, like, set color, or I think it's color animation. Hold on. Yeah, color animation. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is really awesome, right? So set color animation right now, we used it for the Phases 3D background where you're able to like change color again over and over and over. It's like an endless loop of changing color, right? So for this one, the only problem is you can change colors, but you can't change opacity like gradually. You know, it would be so nice for things to just like fade out and like disappear. And you could do like an animation, like a texture sort of animation or something to play on top of it to make it disappear. But it's going to be really cool to have this color animation. So the point of what I'm saying is I think Renato, what you're saying where we have the little screwdriver like lift up as you touch it and it kind of like goes and gets collected into the score. I feel like we could do that, and you could almost like have it fading, like an opacity change at the same time maybe. But that's a new node that's going to be coming out with the next release very, very soon. So I think actually I can release it to you guys. I think I can release it to you guys early if you guys want to experiment with it. Might as well. Here, let me. You know what I'll do is I'll throw it into the live stream channel in Discord. Okay, so here is the live stream Discord channel. Where are you? Buildbox live streams. There you are. Okay, Buildbox live stream. Nice, Al. Al Cox has been doing some live streams. Way to go, dude. And I'm gonna just drop the new color change node in there for you guys. Okay, cool. Just wanted to point that out for you guys, unless you guys hadn't seen. Okay, one other thing I want to do, I think would look really good, is I think that we should add in some more scenes here. So I also want to show you kind of like some Buildbox, like making some bigger scenes, some little tricks and stuff here. So I'm purposely going to make a scene right now that looks choppy. Okay, it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad when you're playing it, and I'm going to show you how to fix it as well, okay? Because I feel like this comes up for a lot of people, and then they don't know how to fix it. So I want to show them how to fix it. Okay, and then I'm going to take a break after I show this, and I'm going to answer some questions, okay? Because I don't want to just keep, like, I don't want to ignore you guys. Okay, so I'm going to make this bigger scene, right? This big ol' like scene that like goes to the Z coordinate like -70 or something, and it starts at 0. So it's a decent sized scene. Okay, now when I play the game, all right, I want you to notice that as the scenes come, it's going to like kind of like go like chunk, and it's going to look a little choppy. Okay, so I want to show you. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, do you see how right there at the very end? It was subtle, but it like stops. It's hard to see. I wonder if I can make it a little bit bigger on an iPad, if that'll like kind of show you things a little bit better. But anyways, the end of the scene gets cut off is the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, that doesn't really help that much. You can see it a little bit at the end here, but it doesn't. It's not showing like the whole thing. It's not smooth is like the whole point. So to make it smooth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, what's happening is the camera and the camera like render distance, like the scene, let's see here, what is it called? It's called the far render distance. The far render distance, and then also the next scene threshold. The next scene threshold is really what it is. But so I'm going to take the first. Actually, let's just adjust the next scene threshold. So next scene threshold is set to 3,000, and let's set it to like something like 6,000. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. You don't want to get too high on the setting because then you start. You don't want to get too high because then like it starts like being really taxing on the hardware. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's play it again. Okay, and so this time we should not see any chopping, like any like piece of the scene being cut off at the end. And it's kind of a subtle thing. I almost wish that I had taken the camera and I had zoomed in a little closer so that you guys could see it a little easier. I know it's hard to see on the screen, but but basically the whole like choppiness of the scene is stopped, right? So that's fixed now. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you that's kind of cool, I think, for this game, for this style game, is I think fog is pretty sick. So I'm going to just click my 3D world and I'm going to turn on fog. All right, but then we have to worry about like how far we're going to start the fog and how far we're going to stop the fog. But let's go ahead and I just want to, show you real fast. So it's another one that's really subtle. I probably should have zoomed the camera in a little bit so it's even easier for you guys to see. Sorry about that, guys. But at the end now, there's like this like very nice kind of gradual fog, so it almost looks like you're driving into like mist or something. And I feel like that looks really, really clean. And I feel like that works really well with these type of like path games like this. Okay, cool. And like if you wanted to just do like a racing game, like, you know, Into the Sunset, you could do like a nice like here. You know what? I'll show you as well. Let's take a look. So here's the color background. Let's go white, and I'll show you some like different color backgrounds. Let's do like an orangish color. Okay. Okay. So now you can kind of see probably the orange fog like a little bit clearer because it's not like black on black. It's orange showing up on the black, like the darker colored road, so you can see it a little bit better. But that's how you can change the background of your worlds and stuff. I think we're gonna keep the like sort of the dark and stormy, like dark, you know, black dark background sort of thing. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. Yeah, like definitely, guys. If you want to get this Neon City asset pack, just use the referral program. Super, super easy. These great assets. Okay, I need to go back up and answer some questions. Okay. So Maverick, how do you make the car change lane with one touch? Okay, let me show you. Okay. So I'm going into my main character's node map. And it's done with a set of 4 nodes. Okay, and I'll zoom in. It's these 4 right here. I'll just get that out of there. Get that out of there. Okay, it's these 4 right here. And this is just a regular old touch node right from here. And you just go to controls and you just bring out a touch node. Okay, then you've got a switch node. That's also very straightforward. It just switches between 2 things. And you can figure out like a trigger, you know, for the switch. So basically the way that this is triggered is every time I touch the screen, it switches. It flips the switch, you know, so A, B, every time I touch the screen. Now, the last part's a little bit tricky. So these path move nodes are actually some old path move nodes from this template right here, the twisted switch template. Okay, and I just really I wanted to just use that template and start with that as a foundation. But we also have a new path move node that's really awesome. Okay, really awesome path move node that you can see. Look at the difference here. We've got the jump ability. You have you can look at all the different settings that you can set for this new path move node, like height over path, jump force, position on path, initial offset. It's got randomization. It's awesome. Really, really great node here. But for this game that I'm making in particular, it wasn't necessary. I'm not gonna add any jumps to this game or anything like that. So Maverick, that is how I set up the movement for this character. If I were you, I would probably take a look at the Twisted Switch template. And then also, guys, the other thing is let's see here. Yes. So for the position follow, I turned off the position follow for the X so that it's not shifting left and right. The camera's not shifting left and right every single time I touch the screen. So let me just show you. I'll press 1 here and I'll start the game. And it's going to switch back and forth between 1 and 1. And it's going to look really kind of just choppy. And if you do that, your players are not going to like that. It just doesn't look very smooth. However, I do think that if we're going to add a bunch of curves to the path, then we may have to switch the position follow over to game path, and then we can increase the follow force in the X direction back to 1. But right now it's really choppy. Okay, cool. So that's another part of the gameplay movement and stuff. Maverick is I did have some character settings that make it so that the character is not so the camera's not jumping all over the place. Okay. Digital Manoj, what's up? Pratik, what's up? DJ Layton's awesome. Reda Nova, anyone else face Java problem when building the APK from Buildbox files? I haven't run into any Java problems yet, but sometimes you might need to, if you're on Android Studio, right, you might need to download a few extra plugins or some sometimes it says that you need to download a few extra files and stuff. So that might be you have some packages that you have to download. All right, Luis Felipe Rodriguez, where can I find information about Buildbox in the classroom? I'm a game design professor and I would like to teach Buildbox. Awesome, Luis. Okay, so check this out. So, Luis, we actually just hired some new people to the team who are on the education team. I'm going to be working with them to be building out a curriculum for schools, and we're going to be releasing an educational version of the software. It's going to be awesome. I can't give you any details on what the pricing is going to be or what features are going to be included, but I can tell you that it's going to be really, really great. It's going to be super reasonable. It's going to be great for schools and students. And then I am personally developing the curriculum for it. Now, if you want to get information right now, if you want to just teach a course, let's say this weekend, and I haven't had the curriculum done yet, then what you want to do is you want to look for information on Buildbox at really mainly like 3 or 4 places. So first place is the user manual. Okay. Or I should say the user manual and JavaScript API documentation. Okay, so you want to go up to Help, the Help tab, and then you go up to Buildbox documentation, and then it will take you to the Buildbox user manual. And the user manual is great, Luis, or I should say Professor Rodriguez. You just want to go through the user manual. You can search things here in the search bar, and there's a bunch of great information here for you and your students. Okay, and then on top of that is the JavaScript API documentation that's right below the Buildbox documentation on the Help tab. So you just go to JavaScript API documentation. We have a really awesome member of the team, Nancy, who is working on this. She is constantly updating this. It's really, really useful. If you like coding, if you enjoy coding, and if you like building new nodes, which I do, I love doing a little bit of coding, a little bit of tinkering around. I'm like, a couple live streams ago, I made a reverse gravity node with you guys, and I hope that you guys are using it. Or it's like set gravity is what I call it, so that you can just set the gravity to whatever you want at any time. But the way I was able to do that is by grabbing the API referencing and stuff. I had to look here. I looked it up in the API reference, and then I was able to build stuff. So it's really cool. And then you can build stuff and share it with the community. So it's great. Okay, Luis. Another place where you can find information about Buildbox is the second tab here in the welcome screen, the Buildbox welcome screen. It's tutorials. And you can find a ton of tutorials here. These are all the tutorials that you can find on YouTube, so it's all the same tutorials. You can look online here, or you can look on the templates tab. I recommend having your students start off with these 8 here, these first 8, and getting started, and then the 3D world review, and then you can also have them do a couple of more tutorials. There's a lot of different tutorials here to choose from. And then the third and fourth final place, I would say it's like combination of the two, is the Discord and forum. So our community is really positive. We're always helping each other out, trying to like support each other, and so a ton of like, and we all have like questions, and we're confused about certain things, and we want to get like clarity on certain things. So the best way to do that is the Discord. And the Buildbox forum. You can reach out to a bunch of the moderators there. You can reach out to the members of the community and ask questions. Just throw it up, and people will help you out. So that's the best. And then that's the best place right now to just get information on Buildbox, Luis. Okay. Digital Minot. I want to know how to enable vibration in Android and iOS device when any event is fired. I don't think that we have vibration yet. Sean Connor, I might be wrong about this. I know we had camera shake in Buildbox 2. I think we have camera shake now in Buildbox 3 as well. I'm forgetting where it's located. I believe you can do a camera shake. I think there might even be a node on it. Let's just take a quick check real fast. Camera shake. Yep, camera shake. I just haven't used it a whole lot, but this is a good one. So I would say right now, Digital Minot, until we add that haptic stuff, like until we add the vibration capability, which will probably be done through like a node or a JavaScript API, I would use the camera shake node, just like this one I just showed you. Okay, Max, do you plan on addressing my question from last week regarding using a UI joystick to control a slingshot? Hey, you know what? That's a good point. I haven't addressed it yet. I will. It's a tough question. Like, I'll actually have to like build out like probably a tutorial or set some time aside to work on that. But I will get to it. I have a list of questions or a list of requests from the community that I'm working on. Okay, cool. And then hey, what's up? Awesome. Any chance to run Buildbox in Linux? Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so Darius has an opinion on vibration. So Darius says that I wouldn't suggest using vibrations. It's bad for the battery too. That he uninstalls games with vibration. But there are some tricks in the forums if you really want. So I guess there are ways to access the vibration setting right now. Currently, I bet you anything it's through the JavaScript API. Okay. Let's see here. Andre K, more QA. Okay, I got two UI buttons on the left and right side of the screen. How can I press one button for another one to be blocked while the first one is pressed? Ooh. Ha! Ha ha ha. Okay. What you need to do somehow is you need to do a block through touch on that side. but you're not able to spawn UI objects is the problem. So let me think here. Okay. So hold on. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about, right? You have like a couple, you got a couple control buttons, right? You set them up on either side of the screen like this, something like this, and then you want to make it so that this one shuts off the other one, so you can't press both at the same time. I'm trying to think. Can you do it with a lock button or something? Because like basically, what I was thinking in my head is like, okay, so you got these two UI buttons, right? This is a good question, by the way. So you got these two UI buttons. Let me pull out a UI button. Come on, where are you? Okay, UI button, right? And basically, like, you want, like, basically you kind of want, like, when you press one button, you want an invisible object or an invisible UI button that does nothing but block the other button to sit on top and block through touch, right? And then once you release that button, then the block through touch, that invisible object disappears, right? And then that means once you release, then you can touch the other side, and then the invisible object will spawn or appear on the other side and block the other side and do a block through touch on that side, and then once that side's released, it does the same thing. But I don't know how to spawn a UI button is the thing. Yeah, because the spawn, I don't know if there is a way right now. Like, the other way I was thinking of doing it is like an old Buildbox 2 trick where you used to just use a ton of UIs, right? Like, basically, like, but if you try to use a different UI, you'd have to do another menu jump, and you'd have to take you to another world, and that would mess with your gameplay. No, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna write that one down. I want the ability to spawn UI objects, like, because that would give us a ton of like variability. Okay, so I kind of went on to a tangent there, but so it could be done super easily as long as we have as long as you can spawn UI objects. Okay, so I'm gonna make a quick note of that, guys. 1 second. Okay, I believe we talked about this though. To spawn UI objects, spawn and remove UI objects. Because, like, check this out, right? So if you go into UI, like, it already has an asset library. Like, there should be a way to spawn objects in here, and we would just, we would go into our spawn node here, and then we would choose, like, instead of asset, right? We would choose, like, maybe, like, they would have, like, a list of, like, I don't know, maybe we would have a difference between, like, asset or UI object, or, like, spawn asset or spawn UI asset. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out, but I do think that we want that option. Okay. Okay. Andre K, good question. Sean Connor, it installed but won't open. All right, Sean's helping out. VJ, how to make a car lane change is, I think we were trying to say. Make car lane change smoothly. Okay, so VJ, are you talking about touching the screen and then, like, a nice slow animation where the car, like, gradually shifts over? Or are you talking about this? Are you talking about a touch move node? Or I'm sorry. touch path node. So a touch path will allow you to move things left and right gradually. Let me show you. So instead of touch screen, we'll do touch path, and then like this is kind of, come on. This is what we're talking about here. Touch path. Why aren't you working? I must have something blocking it. Touch path. Starting position, height over path. I think this has something to do with the, yeah, let's take a look here. Okay, I'm gonna try, I think this has something to do with that particular object. So if I were to take my character here, let's take a cube. Or actually, no, let's go to asset library, take some random cube, let's bring it out here, use it as an example. I'll take this guy. I will delete the main character for right now. Then let's take this cube, move it up to characters. Wow. Move it up to characters. Wow, I got so many objects in here right now. Okay, let's just call this character. Let's make it be, let's see, kinematic. Let's give it a move. Let's give it movement. Let's give it a path move. Okay, let's make sure that's working. Or actually, hold on. Let's go into a 3D world. Make sure. Yeah, Buildbox. You know just what to do. All right. Okay, let me get this back up here. Okay. Character. Make it a character collision group. Okay, now let's go ahead and test this out. Okay, so we've got a cube moving down the path. Now let's add the touch, or let's add the touch path node as well. Okay. Interesting. Okay, maybe it needs to be dynamic, because that's super weird that it's not moving. Height over path, sensitivity, jump force, nope. Nothing there. Because I know that if you, interesting, it won't even let you move at all. Is like, okay, real quick, I'm gonna put this question out. Does anybody see like a glaring obvious thing that I'm doing wrong right now, or is the touch path just being difficult? Thank you. I was gonna say, what the heck? Thank you. I forgot about my control buttons. Jeez, Louise. I was like, what's going on? Okay, thank God. Yeah, I need a save. You know what? Actually, who was the one who told me to just save right now? The Math Awakening. Thank you. I'm gonna save for sure right now, because you can always tell when something's a little off. But no, Expressive Boy. Thank you. Dude, that is exactly what it was. I had some control buttons that had the block through touch turned on. So now it's moving side to side. But why isn't okay? So next challenge: why isn't the car moving, or why isn't the cube moving? Because I have the path move node going. Let's see here. Yeah, that's weird. Expressive Boy, do you have an idea on why the cube might not be moving down the path. I mean, I'm able to control it now side to side. Let's try the main character again. So I'll bring the main character out. Come on. So I'll bring the main character out and do 0.4, 0.4, 0.4. Lift it up, move to the side. Okay, now let's try the touch move with this guy. And also, let's do a path move. Or no, actually, yeah, I can't. It won't work like that. It won't actually move along the path because the whole, the path move is handling the movement. Okay. Add move, I guess? Add move and also position limiter. Use the path move from Twisted Switch. I know, right? But hold on, guys. Like, okay, I agree with you. Like, oh boy, that's not a nice thing. Okay, so I'll remove the character again, right? And I could add I can add a move node. Let's try this. Like, I'll add a move node and make it move down. You know, make it. Let's just do like let's move slowly, -10 in the opposite direction, right? So, physics should be kinematic. Interesting. The move node's not working either. That's very bizarre. Let's see here. I'll get rid of this and this, and the physics type's dynamic. Let's try kinematic. I'm willing to try kinematic. Interesting. So, why am I able to sensitivity? Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. No Y. Let's try no Y range. Because I don't need to move up. That's pointless. That's not going to stop it though. Okay. Huh. That's okay. So I was thinking the same thing, Expressive Boy. Like, I was thinking, like, okay, well, maybe, you know, I got rid of the control buttons. I've got the touch path, you know, working. I can at least, you know, shift side to side. But when if I can't use it with the old Twisted Switch path move node, because if I do that, the problem with that path move node is it's very rigid, right? That means you move only in that lane. And it tells you choose the position on path. You choose either 1 or -1 or 0.5 or whatever. Yeah, try removing the path move. But the problem is that if I remove the path move, what if I do a big turn? You know, like what if I do like whoa, do some crazy turn, or I like spin or do something like that? It's not going to work. It won't move along the path. Right now, if I do a move, this will work. I believe it will work, but I don't think it's gonna. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. I'm gonna. Gosh, this is bizarre. Okay, well, I'm gonna see what I'm doing wrong. I'm gonna find out. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Although I'm thinking it might be something. Thinking it might be something is up with it. If all of us right now are not able to are not figured this out. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to doing some Q&A right now. I'm gonna get rid of this character. That was a bust. That was a bust on that one. I'm going to have to write that down and say, ask what's going on with what is going on with the path move and touch path combo, or what is it? It's called path move and touch path. Yeah, touch path. I was right. Touch path combo. Okay. All right, let's go back to Q&A. Let's see here. All right, I kind of missed some questions, so I'll just go ahead and start from the bottom again, guys. Sorry if I skipped your question. I'm super sorry, but I kind of like lost it up in the chat. There was a bunch of ones. Add a position limiter such a way so it doesn't move out of the lane. You can't, it won't. I mean, you could do that, but then your lane would have to be straight. You could not turn your lane ever, because then you would like leave the position limiter. You know, the lane would move out of the position limiter. No, there's something wrong with that node. I need to take a look at it. Okay, so I think you need to use set scene speed. Okay, Smart Penguins with path move. You know what? Actually, okay, I was thinking about that. That could be it. That actually could be it. So let's test that out real fast. So we've got the character still in there. Let's do set scene speed. I thought about that. See, set scene speed is a little bit of a new node. It doesn't even have an icon quite yet. So I was wondering. Okay, no. Touch path. And then path move. All right, Smart Penguins. In the past, you've been a very smart penguin, and you've gotten a lot of these questions. A lot of times when I run into issues like this, Smart Penguins helps me out. And so let's see if you got it. Let's see if your winning streak continues. All right, so I got set speed here. Got the path move going. The speed on the path. The speed on the path is set. The touch path is set. The starting position, should be good. Should be good to go. So, let's try it out. Here we go. Smart Penguins, by the way, really glad you joined the live stream. Oh my God, Smart Penguins was right. Except I still can't move it side to side. And, okay, and it doesn't seem to move along the path, the touch path, the sensitivity. Yeah, it didn't respond to any it didn't respond to the touch path at all, this touch path node. See, the problem is with the set scene speed is that actually didn't work. That just moved the scene forward like by 10, right? And you can see that the character's not moving. So, like for instance, like it makes it look like the character's moving because the scene is moving so fast, but it's not. So like, so let's play this real fast. Okay, let's see here. So. Yeah. Wait. We got the path move working. Right. Okay. So path move is working. What if I just set scene speed? Interesting. Weird. Okay. Is it just me or, Okay. So is it just me or, is it that touch path actually works with, set scene speed, and touch path does not work with path move. It actually works with set scene speed. Okay. But, All right. I'll roll with that. I really think you should match the cars nodes with the cubes. Let's see here. Yeah, set scene speed is required. But okay, real fast. And I really think you should match the cars nodes with the cubes. I actually might switch up to the new path move node on the car right now. So, but real fast, guys, let's just test this out. Let's take this scene here. Let's randomize scenes. Let's take this end scene here, and let's shift it way over here, and let's see if that set scene speed is working. Because normally I use a move node for this. But I actually think it's touch path and then set scene speed. I think those are the ones that go together. Okay. Interesting. So there's a little bit of a... Interesting. Let me check this out now. That's pretty cool. Okay. That actually, I think that might work. I'm going to just fix the camera up real fast so that the rotation follows, or the follow force is in the X direction as well. And yeah, I think the position follow though should be the game path. I think that'll be like the issue, because if you are trying to move it side to side, then the camera is going to shift side to side too, and if you're following the character. Okay, so not bad. Hey, that looks good. Okay. Interesting that you can move it forward, right? Kind of strange that you can move it forward and back. Let's take the touch path and let's get rid of the 0 business. Or let's get rid of the y-axis so that we can not move forward. I just want to like make a game that you can move side to side. Nice. Okay, that's it. That's it. And then if we want to speed up, we totally can. Okay, guys. Well done. Okay, Smart Penguin. I think that was the... it is used to be in move path, and now... it used to be in move path, and now it's on its own. Okay, real fast. So what would be... what about smoothing lane change in your car? Okay, let's just do that real fast. Let's go ahead and I'll switch up real fast so that my car is the one that's driving again, and then we'll get back to some Q&A because I got some questions from you guys. Okay, point four. All right, looking good. Now. Let's do this. Okay, so yeah, touch path still. I like this. I kind of want to almost add the new path move node just to like test out the jump capability now. But okay, it's looking good. I'm gonna get rid of this set scene speed. Get rid of the character. Okay. Beautiful. And then I just need to move the character up. Okay. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna save my game. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and... So just to be clear, guys, the way it's looking like right now, I believe this must have happened in the recent builds, because I think now touch path works really well with set scene speed. So and then path move works separately. Then path move is if you want to move like along a path at a specific point, like if you want to like change lanes, right? If you want to do like a 3-lane change, lane changer, you would use path move. But if you want to like slowly glide across, like slide left and right along a path or like something like that, then you need to use set scene speed. Okay, that's good. I'm glad we figured it out. I think that's kind of been, I think that's been altered a little bit, and I know it has. I know it's been altered in the last couple builds, but I think it's getting to a point where it's a little bit more solid. All right. So I'm going to do some Q&A real fast. There was a good question from Renato again, Jakowatz. Zach, what would be the best way to change the texture of a player during gameplay? I saw another player, or use spawn another player, or use state machine switching between 3D models. Oh, that is a good question. I might spawn between, or I might switch between different 3D models, because I imagine the spawning and the removing of physics objects, you know, like in the middle of a scene, like gameplay wise, right? Like, let's say you're like, gameplay's moving fast, you want to do the texture change. My guess is that if you spawn it and then you remove, like, there's my guess is there's a higher chance of there being like maybe lagging or a glitch or something, because it's adding a little bit more like settings. Like the models, if you switch between models, that doesn't change the physics. That doesn't mess with the physics of the object. So anyways, okay, cool. Awesome. Really good group today, guys. You guys are like seriously really, really glad to be working with you guys. This is awesome. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here to the very bottom and answer some questions. Anyone plays Clash of Clans in this quarantine? I bet you there's tons of people that are playing Clash of Clans at this quarantine. Okay, Rada, quick question. Can we make cinematics? Before the game starts, you add a little character preview. Yes. Okay, so real fast, Rada, the way to do that is a UI and probably a timeout. Let's see here. Okay, so let's add a new UI. Let's go in here. I'm going to take an animation from hold on guys, I'm going to grab an animation real fast. It needs to be the only problem is Reda is you would need, I believe the only way you could do it is through a PNG sequence. Like you can do a little cinematic preview, but I'm pretty sure that it has to be done in a PNG sequence, which is fine. You can find ways to export, PNG sequences. It doesn't seem like it, it'd be nice to just play a video file or something, but yeah, so let's see here. Okay, I just need a quick, I'll do this animation here. So I'll play this animation. This will be the image. And then let's do menu jump. Let's see here. Timeout. Yeah, this is what you want to do, okay? So basically, I'll go ahead and I'll start it real fast for you. Let's do 2,000 milliseconds. I think it's milliseconds. And let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go to my mind map. Instead of me like jumping right into the game, Reda, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use I dropped in a PNG sequence. And let's see here. I'll select it. I'll show you. I'll make sure it's looping, right? I think it's looping. I don't know where the loop button went, but okay. And I guess we'll just loop this. I guess we'll just loop the idle animation. Oh, one thing that might help is if the number of frames is equal to the number of frames down here. Because that way there won't be like a weird break in the loop. Like I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Okay, so now we've got a timeout, like cinematic scene is over. Okay, so this is what we do, Reda. So we have our little PNG sequence play in this UI, and we have it load up first. Right, and then once the cinematic scene is over, then you and it's timed out with an event observer set to the function set to timeout. and then it goes into your game. So let's just go ahead and play that. Okay, and then there's like 2,000 milliseconds, right? That happened, and then you just watched it jump into the next thing. So what you would need to do is you would need to make your cinematic scene in the beginning be a PNG sequence. You drop it in there into that UI, and then also, and it's going to be tricky because you're going to have to line up your frames on your animation. You're going to have to line up the frames in your event, like your timeline editor, whatever, the animation editor there at the bottom. And then you're also going to need to line up the milliseconds on your event type, your time on your timeout. So I think if I were to do something like 25 frames instead of 18, instead of lining it up, let's just take a quick look. But I believe that it's going to cut off the animation a little bit. It didn't, actually. It didn't as much as I thought it would. So that's good. You know why? It's probably so I guess the framing, I guess you don't need to match up the framing with the animation editor, as long as you have it as long as you have enough time on the timeout for the animation to, like, for your PNG sequence to play all the way throughout, you're good. So that's the way I would do it. Okay. Now, okay. Oh, okay. Expressive Boy. Yeah. Part of the reason why we also made these changes to the pricing plans and stuff like that is because we're going to be releasing an educational version for students very, very soon. So that should kind of even the playing field a little bit for a lot of you, especially those who are, those of you who are just students, and are just wanting to learn. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and answer some more questions. Velocity Games, can you make a ragdoll with linkers? Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me show you. You know what though? For this one, guys, I'm going to actually I'm gonna get rid of this UI screen thing. I'm gonna save my game file right now, and then I'm going to switch over to like a 3D world so I can show you guys how to make this ragdoll. Okay, home. Go to create new. Let's go to a 3D game. Should start with a blank cube in the world, and I'm going to back off a little bit so you can see this ragdoll happening. Okay. And just so you, like, the most important thing, Velocity Games, is you have to have the parent object be set to dynamic. And let's say though that you didn't want the parent object to be dynamic until like a given point. Like you don't want like a ragdoll effect until like something else happens. Then you use a set physics node. So I'll show you that too. So let's just jump into this. So character here. Okay, I'm gonna add in like ragdoll cubes. That's what I'm gonna call them. Ragdoll cubes, RD cubes. Just make sure. I don't know if it matters if the physics type on the RD cubes, because the linkers will probably take care of that. Okay, next. So RD cubes. Let's go ahead and I'm going to make the cube a little smaller here. Okay. So let's get it so that it's right underneath. Okay. Cool. All right, now, let's see here. Parent object here, and then we're going to add a linker. Or, let's see here. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Now, select both of them, link selected, and then let's see here. I think let's try point. Let's see this. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. Now we just need to... Interesting. So, okay, it won't copy the linker when you do that. That's good to know. So, okay. I'm going to try something that I haven't tried before. I'm going to try linking this guy all at once. Instead of doing it one at a time. Wish me luck, everybody. This will be an experiment. Okay. Now. My ragdoll looks horrible. I know. That's okay. Alright. Man, this is a sorry excuse for a ragdoll. No, it's fine. For just the demonstration purposes. Okay, so let's go ahead and select all these guys. Or first off, I'm going to get rid of this linker. And then I'm going to select everything here all at once. And let's see if we can link selected. I've never done this before. Interesting. So, you notice how it all links to the parent, to this like first object, I believe, this first one, the top cube that I selected. So it does matter which cube you selected first. I'm going to just test that real fast, Control Z. So let's say I want like the main body to be like, normally, by the way, everybody, your like anchor point for a lot of like ragdoll animations and like, you know, body animations is the waist, your hip. Right, and so you're in your like the body, and everything else like, you know, kind of you know, moves around and you know, spins around, but the body is like what is centered, and specifically like your hips, you know. So okay, anyways, so let's start off by selecting that one. I'm just super curious, and now if I go through and I select all these, will it link the first one I selected? And no, it didn't. It went with the top one on the list. Okay, now this is another curious test. Let's see if the one on the top of the list is what matters. So, okay, I've got this one at the top of the list, right? Okay. Now let's see if we link. Hey, that's it. You just have to make sure it's on the top. And then it will make that one like the parent object. Okay, good. Good to know. All right, let's see this ragdoll effect. Right? So, okay, let's say I moved the linkers a little bit closer together and I just worked a little bit more on like setting up the linkers. You could do ragdoll effects super easy. Yeah, let's see here. This one, like this leg is all off. Let's see if I can move the linkers to this and see how that affects the preview. See, now the other leg is, it's like you did the splits. Oh, that's an awkward ragdoll effect right there. Okay. Anyways, so yes, you can use, you can make a ragdoll effect with linkers really, really easy. And I just recommend, but the only thing is like I said, the parent object, I believe, like let's say, I'm curious, if I made this object static, I don't think it'll ragdoll the same way. Yeah, it won't. But the top one will. You see the head just flops over. Okay. All right, moving on to the next question. Anyone? Okay. Hey, Zach, I'm a math science ambassador for STEM education and would be interested in collaborating or working for Buildbox here in England. Oh, dude, yes, please. Oh, my gosh, yeah. I've been working with some programs in England, actually, lately. I'm working with a group called STEMettes. It's like an all-women, it's like promoting women in coding and like computer science and that. I also worked with a group called Coders of Color, which is to promote like the Black community and building their coding knowledge and computer science interest. and that's all in England. So yeah, dude, please email me at zach@buildbox.com, and we can find like ways to like host workshops or something like that. And honestly, guys, for every single one, everybody here who's on the live stream, if you want to do something like at a school nearby you, or something with your community, and you want to like host a workshop or something like an event like that, just reach out to us and we'll help you out. We'll make it happen. We work with groups like in Malaysia and the Philippines and like all over the world to help you guys out and to like, you know, help facilitate like, you know, events and workshops and stuff. So just let us know. But that's the Math Awakening. Yeah, man, just let me just hit me up and we'll do like a really cool course together or something. Okay, please show how to make a character shop. Okay, so the character shop is still in the works. There is ways to do it. Right now, I would say that it's a little bit probably more hassle than it's worth. It can be done, but we're working right now on making it so that it's very simple for you guys. So just keep in mind that we're working hard on that. Zach, how can you scale up? This is from Prasanna. Zach, how can you scale up an object size while touching the screen and then contract back to its original size for like a sphere? Oh man, that's good. That's good. So you're like saying like on the screen, you take your finger, you drag like up and down, and that's scaling out the object, right? Okay. So, good question. Would I do that with a scale animation? Maybe scale animation. But the problem is, no, right now I don't think we've got that set up. You would have to like code that, but it can be done. It can be done with coding. Basically, like it has to do with if you're interested in coding it yourself, this is what I would do. I would look at like a maybe not touch move. Yeah. Okay, I would look at touch move, and I would look at these functions right here. Where are you? Update. There is, yeah, right here. Okay, I would look at the components, touch move, touch began, and like that way it can track your finger movement, and then you can change the scale based on the position of your finger. That's gonna have to be custom code though for right now, unfortunately, you're probably gonna have to do something like that, I think. Yeah, it'll have to be that, because even with the UI button, you would be able to like tap a button and then the scale would happen, but it would be out of your control. Okay, Lost Pro Gamer, there's an old video on Buildbox channel of how to unlock characters. That might be like for maybe BB2 or BB3. You can unlock characters in BB3 as well, but it's the problem is, okay, so it's not so much the issue of creating a character shop. Like you can create a UI where you're able to unlock characters and you're able to spend currency and unlock characters. What the challenge is, what the problem has been is, okay, now once you select that character and you unlock that character, how do you make it so that character is the character that starts in the world? Once you start, like, you know, once you go back to your gameplay and you're like, okay, now I'm going to go back to my world and try to beat this level with my new character. How do you make it so that new character is the one that's selected? And that's where we need like this. We need a direct communication between the UI and the 3D world or the 2D world, whatever world you're working with, and that's what it needs to be. So there might be actually a way to do it right now. I'm just not sure. Prasanna, DJ Layton's, same thing. Animation scale node, but I believe he's talking about a little bit more of like gradually changing the scale, right? Like that's actually a brilliant idea. Like if you had like a game where you needed to like fit an object, like you had to fit an object through a hole, right? And you need to get as close as you could to getting like the right scale as you could, so that it fits like just perfectly through the hole. But if you go too big, you lose, and if you go too small, you don't get as many points. That's a great idea. I don't know if that's the gameplay idea that you were going for, but the ability to like scale an object up and down with the drag of a finger is not a bad idea. That's pretty genius. Okay. Peter, you can move the wheels of your car with realistic physics, not that they stay static. Yes. Okay. So Peter, I know the question you're asking is, how do you get like a car wheel to spin like naturally? Okay. So like one way that you could do it is you could set like for instance, like you can get a sphere to roll on the ground. So, all right, but I need to show you. Okay, so, hey, okay, you know what? I'm actually going to ask some help from DJ Layton or Sean Connor or Hugh or one of the members of the Buildbox team. I want you guys, if you guys can you guys get me a car model, an OBJ model with the wheels missing, so that I can put the wheels in and show them how to set it. I'm gonna try to look right now, but if you guys can drop it into Slack, I'll throw it up on the board and we'll mess with it. But I'm gonna see if I can find one right now, because I think most of our assets come with wheels. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like all of these come with wheels. Let's take a look at this guy. Maybe the wheels though might be separate. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So, let's see here. I would do this. Okay, so let's say, is touched plus scale animation. No, DJ Layton, close, right? That would like initiate the touch. It would like pick up a signal once it's touched, but and then the scale animation would happen. But what he's talking about is like slowly dragging the scale and making it bigger and smaller by dragging up and down. So I think so. Okay, real fast, guys. Okay, I need to post this to the story. 1 second. Sorry guys, I got the Instagram is turned off on me. This happens every time. Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay, so here's what I would do. So you've got this 3D model, right? You've got this like wheel that rolls around, but the problem is you have there's two ways I would do this. I would either do this. I would either do a rotation animation on the model, right? Okay. So I would say like here's what we'll do. All right, I'm gonna get my car out here. Show you guys this pickup truck. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these cubes for right now. Okay, let's get this pickup truck out here so I can show you how to spin these wheels around. Yeah, you can detach the wheels. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know though. Yeah, so a lot of these models, thankfully, yeah, you can detach the wheels. So hey, DJ Layton and stuff, you guys. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so DJ Layton, yeah, you guys don't need to get me the model. Hugh and Sean, sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that the models actually came without the wheels in here already. Okay, so here's one way, guys, that you could spin these wheels. One way is to just have them constantly spinning consistently. Okay. So I will go ahead and do this. All right, here we go. So I'll go ahead and say rotation animation. Let's spin not 90, but like probably 100. Or let's do 60 in the Z direction, and then we'll do linear and let's do duration 1, and then once the rotation is done, you start another rotation animation of the same one, and it just keeps looping. And we'll call this, let's just call this wheel 1. Oops. You have to get the name of the model right, because if you mess up the like capitalization or whatever, that's not going to work. You got to have everything just set perfectly. So we're going to have wheel 1. All right, I don't even know if wheel 1's actually going to show up. I don't know if it's on the right side of the truck. No, it's probably on the other side of the truck. Yeah, I can see it, and it's spinning the wrong way. Okay, cool. So we'll rotate it 0 here, and then we'll do, let's do 90. Let's do 90. And then let's do wheel 3. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I keep choosing the wrong wheels. Okay, wheel 4. All right, 90, 90. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Oh my word. Why is it spinning like that? Huh. Oh yeah, because the extra 60 in the Z. In the Z, I was like, what the heck? Okay, I missed the 6. Okay, so 60 is looking good. Okay, and then we want to probably rotate it -90 instead. Okay, and then we'll do 2 more of these, and we'll do wheel 2 instead. And we'll get rid of that one. Let's go here. Let's get rid of that guy, this guy, and that guy. Okay, cool. So here we go. I'm gonna save. I don't need to save. Cancel. Okay. So there's the wheels spinning, but they're spinning consistently, right? Yeah, thank you, Vlad Popa. Hey, Vlad! Oh my gosh, you're here. What's up, man? Oh wow, I'm so glad that the Popa brothers have given me the pleasure of their company here. This is thank you for joining the live stream, guys. Okay, so now we go spinning. But what I would do maybe is I would spin it way faster. Let's do like 190, right? And I do love the loops. So here's the reason why, guys. Because some of you might be wondering, like, okay, why the heck did he use a rotation animation and not the rotate node, right? So I could have used the rotate node, but then the wheel would have to be its own separate object, and I would have to make it like a child of the vehicle, okay? Because what happens with the rotate node, everybody, is that, like, a rotate node will spin the whole car. It'll rotate the whole truck. Not just the wheels. The nice part about the rotation animation node is that I can say, I just want this model to spin. I just want this model to rotate. I don't want all the models to rotate, just the ones that I choose. So anyways, okay. So this is a lot better. This is looking better. Like, you can see this car, and then if you also added movement to the car at the same time, it would look natural. It would like have a really nice natural movement. And the nice part about this is, like, it'll stay with the vehicle and stuff. Okay, now the other way that you can do this is you could create another object, just a brand new shape, something like this, like a cylinder would be good. I'm going to take the old model here, and I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to use this model. We'll call this a wheel. Coolio. Get rid of this model. This one needs to be centered now. It can't. Before we had the position set up differently so that it could be like it could look really nice with the car. But if you're gonna do it this way, it has to absolutely be centered in the origin. Okay. Okay. I don't think that the whole rotation of 180 degrees matters here because I mean we're just gonna rotate it in our scene. Okay. Anyways, so the collision shape will need to be changed, actually, though, for sure. And yeah, okay, let's take a look here. So let's get rid of this front wheel here, which is, I think, wheel 4 is the front wheel. Yes. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the front wheel. And then we're going to go into our 3D world. We got no front wheel now. Okay. We'll add in, we'll call this a wheel. Okay. Bring in our wheel. Scale it up and rotate it around. Also, a really cool thing, guys, when you hold shift down and you rotate, it will rotate in 45 degree chunks, which is a feature I asked to be added, and I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Now, next, let's change the collision shape because the collision shape is going to be all wonky. Yeah. Let's rotate you this way first. Okay, nope, not that way. Let's rotate you this way first. Thank you. Then let's scale you down so that you're about the size of the tire. Then you scale this way. Oops, what you doing? Here, let's just turn on the axis alignment thing because this helps me so that I know I can like scale this side. But real quick, guys. So you see how this changed? Like the green, the blue, and the red arrows, the scale arrows changed. That's because I turned on this little thing. And what this does is this will like rotate with the object so that it's just easier to see. Because if I try to scale it down, you know, like this with the blue, it's going to look like, oh, it looks like I'm scaling it down the right way, but I'm not. So that's why I use this little axis alignment helper. Okay. Oh, you could use the same name on wheels, so you don't need to do 4 spinning nodes. Oh, yes, Viking Factory. Genius. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Okay, real fast, I want to show you guys this. So what he said is... Yeah, that'll work. So let's just switch it to wheel, or better yet, we'll let's keep these are wheel 4, right? Let's name these, or these are wheel 2. Let's name this wheel 2 as well. And then change all of these to wheel 2. And then all of them will rotate at the same time, so you don't have to have these extra rotation animation nodes. You could just have this one, and it works for all the wheels. Viking Factory, drop the mic, man. Way to go. Heck yes, that is exactly right. 100%. 100%. Wait, why isn't it spinning? Huh. Did I spell the name wrong? That's weird. No, I spelled it right. Hold on. Okay, I didn't add any extra spaces. The name's here. The name's good there too. I'm just gonna do wheel. Let's just try wheel, and I'll copy and paste it into each one. Oops. Copy. Paste into each one. Now this should be here as well, and it's going to start. Once it's done, it's going to start up again, and then it's going to go, and it's going to keep going. Okay, wheel, wheel, wheel. Everything should be spinning. That is so bizarre. That is so weird. Okay, it worked before. It was working. You'll need to use delta for scale animation Set to linear. Anyways, that's weird, Viking Factory. I feel like that should have worked for sure, because that made so much sense to me. You know, you just have just apply it to all the models. Oh, but maybe, huh. Okay, so this one. Let me see something. Let's say I get rid of all the models except for one, and then it works again. So maybe Viking Factory, I guess. Actually, man, I think it might just work for one model at a time. I don't think you can use a rotation animation node to reference like multiple models like that. But I can tell you what, I kind of want it added that way. I would really like it if we could do that. So I'm gonna put a request in that we make it so that when we put in a model and there's multiple, it just gets the first one. Smart Penguins, yeah. But Smart Penguins in Viking Factory, wouldn't it be better if you were able to like reference multiple models at once if you wanted to, right? Like I feel like that would be more useful. If you guys agree with me, I'll put in a request in. Okay. All right. Okay, real fast. I missed some really good stuff. You guys were talking back before, and I like missed a bunch of really good stuff. Like I gotta join the party again. I just found out about Buildbox. I'm trying to learn everything as much as I can as fast as possible. Do you have any beginner tips and tricks for platforms to look at? Alabala. I would start off with the templates. I would go through all the templates and play around with them and mess with them and see if there's any gameplay styles that you really like. And then I would also check out the tutorials page. Let me just show you where that's at. It's over here on this tab over here all the way to the left, the home tab. And it's the second one here at the top in the middle. Okay, you just go to tutorials, and I would start off with these the first 4 of getting started and the first 4 of features and tools. That's what I would do. Okay, Prasanna, what could you do if you use a 4-way swipe to enable a touch and maybe a timer so that when you swipe down or hold, the scale will go down, and when you swipe up, the scale goes up? I love that you guys are crafting ideas to make this touch scale thing work, right? Because isn't that idea sick? I love that. I love that idea. Okay, is touch timer node? Okay, you'd use is touch, right? So it registers the touch, and you're touching that object. It'll register that you're touching that object. Then the timer node. Ooh, Smart Penguins. That could work. That could actually work, right? Okay. Well, anyways, I want to finish this real fast. Real fast on the wheel thing, and then I'm done. Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I know I'm long-winded. I just was reading, I was trying to catch up to you guys' conversations because it looked like you guys were like talking about cool stuff. So, which you definitely are. I really want to work on. I just want to work on that with you. I want us like all to work on the project together where we can make that scale animation work. That would be sick. Okay, so anyways, I got the collision shape working, right? It's like roughly like how I want it to look. Now the next part though is we need the wheel here. So the wheel's got to be dynamic. Then the wheel has to be a child of the pickup truck. And then the pickup truck also has to be dynamic. And then let's see if we can... Oops. The pickup truck also has to be dynamic. And let's see if I can get rid of these other wheels real fast. Let's add these wheels. Let's add some more wheels here. Give me just a second, guys. Sorry it's taking me so long. Okay. Make a copy. Get on over here. Spin her around. Alright. Spin it around. Come on. There we go. Okay. That looks okay-ish. And then the last one, but not least. Let's bring it over here. I'm just going to type in 180 right here so it's a little faster. And then, there we go. Okay, cool. They're all children of the pickup truck. We're going to add a move node. Now, let's get rid of the X and the Y because there can't be it can't be a 0 in the Y or else it won't fall. The gravity won't affect it if I have a 0 in the Y. And then I'm going to do 0 in the X. And then I actually want it to go like, let's just go 2. And then let's just see if this works. Huh. What? Why did the wheels fall off? They're supposed to be children of the pickup truck. And the pickup truck is moving. So it would okay, let me check something real fast. So if I move the pickup truck, let's try using the same type of all right, fair enough. If they don't want to move with it, let me force them to move. I'll copy it, paste it in here. Interesting. And then let's go look. That looks good, but for some reason that seems like it does work. It does work. What's this? Pickup truck component rotation animation line 40. Oh. Sorry, my bad. I'm doing this weird rotation animation thing. Okay, so let's move this back a little bit. There. Okay. And then let's press play. That looks okay. But I feel like there's I don't know. I would play around with that a little bit more. But that's one way. That's one way to kind of get you a lot closer, at least to and that's like a much more realistic type like movement. Like it's actually physically rolling across along the ground, and we can see that one more time here. Yeah, that's actually like it's actually driving across the ground right now. But I still feel like it's a little bit funky that the tires aren't like moving with the I don't know. Well, that's fine. Okay. Smart penguins. Now we're finally getting to this part where everybody else is discussing this, right? So so the is touched, right? Let's do I'm just going to do another object here. I got this cube as my example here. Okay, so is touched. Grab an is touched node. Where are you? My word. Is touched. Now, timer. This could be interesting. Timer. And then scale animation, right? Hold on. Help me out here. Scale animation. Yes. Plus scale animation. Okay. And so, are you thinking like are you thinking like making the timer be like super short, like 0.0, like 0.1, and then the timer, the scale animation is just like a very point, like 0.1, another really like fast animation, and then let's like scale it all by like 0.1 as well, so that it's all like keeps the aspect ratio. We'll do linear on the easing function, and then when it's done, no, that'll be an endless loop. Let's see here. Is touched. That would be, yeah, because you would have to, yeah, let's see something. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Look, it worked. Good job, Smart Penguins. Oh my gosh, dude. Super, super cool. Now, is there a way for me to drag, like, do the opposite, right? I can make it bigger. You know what, though? That should be a gameplay style. Honestly, like, somebody should make that game. Like, this should be the gameplay style. You touch the object and you make it bigger, and then you have to time it off. You release, and then once you release, the object goes flying forward and it tries to go through a hole. Right, the moment you let off, it just scales up. It's almost like the tower, like the Stick Hero whatever game that Ketchup made, that you hold the button down and then like the little area that you can walk on like gets longer and longer, and then you have to release it and time it, and then it falls forward and it either lands and hits the other platform and you can walk across, or it misses the platform and then you fall off. Like, that would be sick. So you just touch this thing. It slowly scales up like that. Then you release. It goes flying forward through a hole. And if it's too big, you lose. If it's perfect size, then you get full points. If it's a little bit small, you get less points. I think that's a freaking great hyper casual game ready to be made. I challenge you all to try. And I challenge first. I think Retta was the one who asked this question. Retta Nova. I challenge you all to I challenge Retta. They get first dibs on this idea, by the way. No, but okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna move down. Next question is, or let me see if I'm missing anything down here at the bottom. How do I make my 2D character awesome, Zach? Okay, you guys are is delta. Make sure you use is delta on both and have scale small like 0.1, but there's a problem with the scale down limit. It goes negative. Is delta. Do they like he has you have is delta on the yeah. Okay, hey, Math Awakenings and the rest of you guys, I know you guys got a couple questions. I have like just one or two before you guys, and then I'll get to you guys real fast. Okay. Smart Penguins thinks, man, I try to actually try it. Yeah. Okay. Hold on, I missed a question about rotating 360 around. Okay, yeah. Tabrez. Tabrez Khan. Hey, Jack. My name's Zach, by the way. Not Jack, but that's fine. I don't care. Is it possible to make a character move in 360 degrees if a character is hanged in the air? Like, let's say like a via rope or something, just like draw and move. Yes, you can. And honestly, there was a great custom node that was made with this like the spin shooter game that I had made. Okay. To answer your question, I'm actually going to just reference a video that I made real fast. So 1 second. Here's our dashboard videos. Let's see here. Let me find the spin shooter game. Okay. So I'm going to copy the link right now. Okay, so this is the video you want, okay? I kind of go into,
In this video, we're going over part 2.
Yeah, I go over like I use a node here, and you should be able to download the link for this tutorial, or like through the BB doc and stuff. So you should be able to use that. So I would use this, and I'm going to copy this link, and I'll include it in the chat right now for you to browse, and that should answer your question. Okay, Andre K. Also a question, just interesting. Are you working with some post-processing or rendering for Buildbox, for example, color correction, hue, and saturation? Yes. We do have some of that capability. For instance, let's take a quick look. Where is a good example? I had a good example. A good example would be in a UI, right? You would take an image, like, I'll just take a quick screenshot right now. Something like this, drop it in. Then you go into here and you're able to change, like you said, the brightness, the contrast, the hue, and the saturation of the color. But that's mostly done in the animation editor, just like I showed you. So, okay, cool. Next one. Okay. Very good. Awesome. Yes. Very good. Sorry, everybody. It just gets the first one. I agree. Okay, Viking Factory, and yeah, that would be nice. There is a small change that needs to be done for that in the code to loop through all components. Yeah, Smart Penguins. I imagine that you might even be able to just change that in the node itself, right? In the actual like rotation node animation. So what we're talking about, everybody, is so we're talking about the rotation animation node and how it only references the first model and not all of them. Like, let's say I had 3 models here that all had the name wheel, and it will only affect the first model. But I think you're right. I think if we went into the code here, we could probably cycle through the different components. Yeah, model name, component. Anyways, yeah. Probably wouldn't be too hard, but I'm going to put in a request that we have that ability, because I think it would be useful. Okay, could you keep doing it the same way you're doing it? When can we expect bad meets evil? When can we expect AI? Probably not for like a little while. Or I think we might actually. Yeah, I think maybe in the next couple weeks I could see us getting out like a small like AI type node. But it might be like it might be like an AI node, sort of like a low level one, like Pong, where you know how like the other player, like, it automatically moves to the ball sometimes, and then eventually it'll like miss the ball and you win. So it'll be something like that, where you're able to predict movement, or you're able to get some sort of AI like moving along like just the x-axis, just the y-axis, or something. I imagine it'll be something like that. I might be wrong, but I think it'll be kind of like you'll have like a starter AI to begin with. Okay. How can, let's see here. VJ, I think I answered that one question again, so I'm not gonna. I won't repeat that one. Smart Penguins. The problem is when I touch. Okay, the car is dynamic. Maybe per se, I would use linkers and set up to a button to move the trunk. Hey, you know what? Cool idea, Leighton. Let's try that instead of me trying to make the truck make them be children of the truck. Let's move it out, and then let's just let's do linkers, and then what did you say? You said something linkers, and then what did you also say? Set up a button to move the truck. Oh yeah, you can set up a button to move the truck too. But you see, the thing is with linkers, it doesn't. They don't rotate anymore like they used to. Let's see. Maybe if I change. No. Let's try that. looks horrible. That's so realistic. Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah, I don't know, man. The linkers didn't end up working, but it's not a bad idea. You could use linkers, but then you'd probably still have to do a rotation animation, which is like, yeah. Okay, the Math Awakening. Hey, Zach, another question, if that's okay. We are going ahead with the Phases 3D team challenge. Are we going ahead? I don't know yet. So the idea, guys, that I had that I wanted to make it so that I wanted to talk to Ketchup and see if they'd be interested in releasing a new version of Phases, like a 3D version, and add a bunch of bells and whistles. And I thought it would be kind of fun as a competition, or just as a fun community thing, where we have let's say we agree we're going to put 10 levels. 10 levels into, or 10 phases, is what I meant to say, is 10 phases in this game. And then what I was thinking is that each developer, we could have developers all design one phase, just one cool challenge phase. And then Ketchup, and then we choose the best ones, the most fun phases to play. And then we combine those into a game. And then we make introductions to the developers to Ketchup and get some, that sort of thing. But it's just an idea I had, and we'll look into it. We'll play around with it. But for right now, I think the most important part is just take the things that we learned in that template and try to use it for your games and stuff. Because there was a bunch of really cool stuff that we went over in that in those live streams. Okay. Ashwaj, I'm sorry. Let's see here. I sometimes the chat all of a sudden just jumps down to the bottom, and I missed your guys' questions. So give me a second. How do I make a 2D character jump over the walls like Code 3, like Call of Duty 3? Jesus. COD 3 is what is COD 3? Call of Duty 3. Okay. Is that possible? How do you make a 2D character jump over the walls like Call of Duty 3? I don't know. Well, okay, I might be wrong. If I know what you're saying, it's just a layering issue where you have you just have a character jump and then you have it move back behind the layer. You know what? You just gave me an idea, though, for something. So I'm actually not sure. To be honest, I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't really know what it looks like for a 2D character to jump over something in Call of Duty 3. I might need to see a visual representation so I understand exactly what you're referencing. But I just had an idea for a node, some sort of node that basically all it does is it changes the layering on an object. So it'll move lower, and so it'll move behind other objects and then move forward, move behind, move forward. I guess you could do that with position changes, but I think layering would be actually really cool for layering changes. Okay. All right, let's do a couple more questions, guys. I'm going to do about five more minutes of questions, just a couple more questions, and then I'm going to call it a day for today. And we're going to. I know we did a lot more Q&A today. We spun some wheels. We increased the scale of our cube there. That was actually a really cool experiment. We learned about sliding left and right and using set scene speed instead of using path move with that, because those two. We did a bunch of great stuff today. So let's wrap it up with a few more questions here. Hey Zach, thanks so much for the previous answer. Just another. Oh yeah, you already asked that one. In an endless runner, can I loop one scene until event happen? For example, until boss is killed. Would run through. Absolutely, Andre K. So basically, this is how you do that. So you could say that okay, basically you make it so that once the character is defeated or once the enemy is defeated, Like, let's just say, I'm going to go ahead and just create like a very, very quick example. So I'm going to call this enemy. Right? And I'll have it be in the enemy collision group. Let's give it some health. Right? It's like you're fighting a boss and you're shooting the boss and you're blowing bullets at it or whatever, and you're knocking its health down. And then once you're defeated, then you do this. Then you do an event observer and you do a menu jump. I'll zoom in here so you can see that. So once the enemy is defeated, you do a menu jump and you just say boss defeated. I couldn't think of a better way couldn't think of anything better. Anyways, you do menu jump, and then what happens is when you go back out to your mind map, let's see here. I'm going to add in a UI real fast. Okay, let's close this out. Close the 3D world. In, out. Okay, go in. Enemy. Let's do menu jump here. Boss defeated. Okay. That is so weird. Huh. No. That's not right. There should be a oh my god, I know why it's not showing up. It's so stupid. It's because it's not hooked up. I don't think. Wait. No. It should have an option. Like, you should see, like, let me see something. Because I've done this before. Like, I've created, like, a play button, like a 3D play button where I just did, is touched. When you touch the play button, you do, like, a menu jump, and you press play. And it's just, like, play. And I've done this a million times, and it works every single time. So why, when I'm going into my mind map, why isn't it showing up right here? Huh. Okay. Why? When you add a menu jump like that, it's supposed to add in a little hole right here. I'm curious. Okay, I'm going to save this real fast. Tester. I want to exit out of Buildbox right now and then open it back up. I want to see if it's fixed. Oops, I opened it up with, no, it should be working. Here we go. Okay. Weird. That is weird. Hey, is there anything that, is like standing out, like where I've completely missed this? Like, menu jump should be like, it should create a little hole. It should create a little like output for the menu, for the menu jump, and it should be named after this name. It's Event Observer. It should be right here. It should be sticking out right at the bottom of the world. If somebody is like seeing something that I'm doing wrong here, please let me know, because I feel like I'm doing this correctly. Okay. May not need not to be 100% on the wheel position. Oh. Okay, hold on. So Leighton said that the linkers but that's weird. If I do the linker here and I do point, does that make it rotate? No, it doesn't make it rotate. Okay, just checking. All right. How do my... Okay, sorry. I lost a lot of questions here. Okay. Sorry. That's if you scale it down with 1. Hello, can someone help me make an FBX model, throw an object? Okay, can someone help me? Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go ahead and... somebody... Wheels would be dynamics, your enemy. Add it to the scene. Your enemy. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Wait, that was weird. Hold on. So, enemy, I'm in my enemy. I'm in the node map, Smart Penguins, and I added it to the scene, right? I got it here in my start scene. Let's add it to, I'll add a second scene as well. I'll get rid of the pickup truck from this scene. Maybe I'll add it to... Dude, that's weird. So, I got it seen here. Okay. So, I have enemies. Yeah, I have enemies. Now try to rename to refresh. Okay, got it. Okay, play 2. And let's call boss defeated 2. Exit out of here. Damn, Smart Penguins. Wow, you must have figured that one out the hard way, because that takes trial and error. Like, I cannot believe you have to change the name so that it refreshes and then it re-registers and then it shows up. Okay, thank you. My word, my goodness. Okay, so so basically, to answer your question, you can have a scene loop and loop and loop. Then once the boss is defeated, and the health is gone, like this enemy is defeated, then you have boss defeated, and I'll go ahead and just rename it boss defeated again. Then we go back out to our mind map. Then you say, okay, boss defeated, and then you go off and you do something else. Like you go to another world or something, or another scene or whatever. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and probably call it now. I just got to say, I almost like this better. I almost like doing just the Q&A better now with you guys, because I get to interact with you guys more and I get to talk with you more, and I feel like we really get to like the crux of what is like some of the things that are tripping you up with the software. Like, it's nice for me to show you things, like have like demonstrations like the Neon City and stuff like that. I'll show you some techniques, but I feel like we get a lot of like really quality learning here with just doing the Q&A and just like all of us like talking to each other right now and working on this. So I might try to just do some Q&A episodes now because I feel like this was just like super positive. Okay. Awesome, guys. I'm going to go ahead and probably call it now, day for today. But if you have any other questions, yes, thank you, Vlad. It must be in the scene. And not only must it be in the scene, it must be, the name must be refreshed. Vlad, the Popa Brothers and Smart Penguins, you guys would actually make quite the duo if you guys, all three of you guys, teamed up together to make something cool. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day today. Thank you guys all so much for speaking up, for like participating in the chat. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and stay safe. I hope you and your family are all like staying healthy and safe. And I know everything's like really crazy right now. But I just want you to know I'm here for you if you need me. Just reach out to me through email or Discord or the forum. I'll do my best to get back to you guys as soon as I can. We'll keep doing these live streams every week. And yeah, I love you guys, and just really positive. And yeah, hopefully we'll have another live stream next week. And yeah, just if you guys need me, just email me. Okay. All right. See you guys.